How's it going, guys? This is Alex over here at My Freedom Smokes, and today we're going to be taking a look at a new pod system that we've gotten in from the Ovns company, or OVNS, however you'd like to pronounce that, and it's the JC01. And it's a pretty nifty, really thin little device. You saw, almost dropped it. And there's really not too much to go over with this. There's a little discrepancy I found in the instruction manual, but we'll get into all that in just a second. So in the box, you're going to get the little cutout for your mod and pod. You're going to get your certificate of authenticity saying that it was inspected and all that good stuff. Your user manual. And your last box in here is going to include your micro USB charging cord, which does plug in right here on the bottom of the thin little device. And that's really all the accessories it comes with. It doesn't come with an extra pod or anything of the sort. It just has the single pod that's pre-installed in the unit. And then if you dig inside the box, you get the micro USB cord. So all in all, this is a pretty decent little device. As I have shown, it's really thin, so it kind of fits in that useless coin pocket that you've got on the side of your jeans. Fits just right in that. I'd say the thickness is about, I would say what a current iPhone is without the case. I'd say it's about that thick, and very small in diameter, and the pod itself holds a good bit of liquid, though I mean, you are going to have to refill it, which I intentionally vaped it down a little bit so I can show you how to refill the specific one. So with this, you already saw how I just popped it right out of the mod. You're going to pull your plastic top cap off, and you've got a rubber plastic stopper right here, and you're just going to pop that up. You're going to want to get your bottle of liquid, and you're going to want one that has a pointed tip to it like this, because as you see, you really don't have that much room when it comes to refilling these. So you're going to plop that right against the side here and refill. And as you see, it kind of had to slow it down. That way the other side could catch up, because the other side was going to overfill without the other side even getting any. I'd say fill it up to about right there. That way you've got a little bit of room for your stopper when you put it back down, like so. See, barely any air bubbles. And after that, you're going to be good to go. One thing I did notice is that sometimes this can accumulate a little bit of liquid, but again, not to worry if that winds up happening. Just get it and go like that, and you're good to go. The battery life on this could be a little better. I believe it's a 400 mAh battery, which it does state on the back, yes. And it actually states your dimensions too. It's a 66.5 millimeter by 40 by 8 millimeter. So it's actually really small, and the coil resistance on here is a 1.5. So NicSalts or something with a higher nicotine level is going to work really well with this. The discrepancy I saw in the instruction manual comes down to how long you can vape this before it shuts off on you. Most devices have what's called a 10-second shut-off time, which means you can pull on it for 10 seconds, and then after that 10 seconds, it's going to automatically cut you off whether you're still drawing or pushing the button or not. They implemented that on the devices with buttons. That way, if it was in your pocket, you know, after 10 seconds, it's going to automatically shut off and not overheat and, you know, cause an issue. So it stated that it was 10-second cutoff on this one, though while counting it and double checking with my phone timer just to make positively sure, it seems like it has about a 5-second cutoff time. So about half the time as it states in the instruction manual. That's not that really big of an issue. I typically vape for about 7 seconds after timing it with so many different devices, so it does cut me off right before I typically would, so that's maybe a little bit of a downside for me. But if you're a user that you see that your average vaping is anywhere between 3-4 seconds, you're not even going to notice. And right there is when it cut off. So yeah, it's about 5 seconds. You still get a really good amount of vapor out of it, especially depending on the liquid you select. And really, overall, I do like this kit. I just wish that the cutoff time would have been extended just a little bit longer. And there's really not much that can be done about it, but a little bit more battery life and pod reservoir. If those two were done, I think this would be my new all-day vape, because the flavor that you get from it is really unmatched. In the power, you really feel like you're getting a good vape. It doesn't feel like you're just inhaling some air and then, oh look, vapor when you blow out, you know? So it's actually a really good kit. Check it out if you're looking for a new pod system. This is Alex over at My Freedom. If you have any questions at all, just feel free to leave a comment below. And until next time, thank you for vaping.